on all platforms. Once again, damn, I'm like 2 hours later. I said I was gonna get on at 8 today, but I ended up getting on like 10:30. So we got a late night stream, but it's still cool though. We'll probably still pop it, go hard for about an hour. Still going over the Tate and Body Blue interview because it just has so many ridiculously good gems that I can go over that are important for all men to understand and learn from, and what I've learned from it, or at least my takes and perspective on this shit, because it's just like there's just too much to drag out of it. So without further ado, let's get back into it. Let's keep it going as we've been going. This is part 6, which is wild, but it's just because I like to fucking talk about this shit. Like it's just there's just a lot of good shit. All right, so let me share that motherfucker so you niggas can see it. All the other fucking platforms we're smooth on right now. We look smooth. Hold on. What does this do? Stream redirect. What'd that do? Normal stream is available on platforms. Oh, so this is how I just switch it to where you just turn it to one platform. I'm learning, niggas. I'm learning. Let's put this on there. Live chat, viewer stats, all that. I just like having my shit up because it just looks cool to me. Oh, I can set backgrounds on here. Anyway, let me not get distracted so we can get into this shit. But we live and direct. We live and direct, fam. So presentation of bada big bada pow. Let's get it going.
Years. I don't watch porn. I don't need to watch porn. I can barely get through my roster as it is. I ain't got time to be watching porn. I don't watch porn. I don't jerk.
Oh, I think I even mentioned that last stream about how like this nigga say he watch porn. I'm like, nigga, of course. Like once you're already fucking important, you don't need to watch it anymore. Which is why all your time and attention should be going to becoming important. So you don't need to. So anyway, I've already even said before that I don't even think porn's really a big deal. I think it's actually really important for you as a young man to watch that shit while you're on the come up. Because quite honestly, dealing with the chicks that we have at our disposal right now is not worth your time and energy. It's way more worth your time and energy to just focus on becoming great. But that means you need a lot of your fucking time. So you're not gonna have time to be dealing with chicks and fucking around with chicks because it takes a lot of time when you're not already important. So, and I've also have a YouTube video on this that I literally made. Was that yesterday? Hold on, let me check. Was that yesterday I made that video? Fake. Yeah. Anyway, I'll shout out the YouTube. I mean, for my niggas that are already watching on YouTube right now, like you could just literally go watch that. Yeah, I literally made a video on it yesterday. So yeah.
I don't do any of that. I have too many females to service. I'm already behind. I'm like, I gotta hurry up on this podcast. Like, I got shit to do. So I don't do any of that stuff. But if you're jerking off the porn all day, every day, perhaps you're always trying to find something new to excite you. That's why you end up looking at midgets and fucking whatever. And then perhaps
that's true.
The depravity is the exciting part of it, like drugs or like anything else. But this,
and it's strange too, even with the porn thing, it's like I hate when niggas even say, "Oh, I'm addicted to porn." I'm like, nigga, you just don't do anything else. Like I don't understand how you could be addicted to porn unless you have a tremendous amount of time in your day to be beating your dick. I'm gonna be real. Like, let's say if you're grinding for like 12 hours a day, when do you have time to watch porn? Like pretty much never. Okay, let's say you sleep 8 hours. This gives you 16 hours left in your day. And then for 12 of those hours, you're working and grinding. So this means you have 4 open hours of your day where you just can have free time. Even if you were beating your dick 4 hours a day, you would still be insanely productive because you spend the other 12 awake hours grinding and doing your work. So it's like I constantly see men, or this usually young guys, use porn or lust as a scapegoat for why they're not winning in life. They're like, "Oh, I'm not winning because of porn or because of lust." But I'm like, okay, let's really break it down to the hard numbers. If you're awake for 16 hours a day because you're getting the healthy amount of 8 hours of sleep every day, what are you doing during those 16 hours? Because I promise you, you're not spending 16 hours beating your meat. You're not. So clearly, the problem is you don't do anything with the rest of your time. You have large gaps of time during your day where you're just not even doing anything productive. And that's why you're not winning. It has nothing to do with your lust for beating your dick, because lust is literally a part of your biology as a man. We're supposed to be lustful. This is why we have 8.2 billion niggas on the planet right now, because niggas are horny. Like we're meant to procreate. So this idea that you conquer lust or overcome it is even stupid. No, it's a part of you. You just control it by basically being so productive with your time that you don't even have time to express that lust. So it naturally gets controlled, if that makes sense. It's like if you're spending so much of your day doing work that you need to be doing and you're going as hard as possible, you end up just basically barely having time for it. So it just naturally takes care of itself because you're so productive. So
This is just an end result of having sex without the primary objective of having children, because that should be the result of sex is children. We've removed that now. So the point of sex is pleasure, but we all know that pleasure gets old and you have to constantly up the game and up the ante. I don't know. Do I blame the men for taking?
I mean, and also what I would kind of say about that too is like that's when you're in a position where you want to even have children though. Because I understand this take for when you want to have kids. Like when you're already in a position where you're financially set, you're super important to the world, you've conquered a lot of shit. Yeah, fine. Like this is the time to have children. Why are you just having sex for no fucking reason? It's like, nigga, you need to get over that shit. But when you're not already important, like if you're in your 20s, for example, like, and I'm in my 20s, of course, saying this, so I'm the most credible source ever with this. It's like, well, if I'm in my 20s right now, I wouldn't want to be in a position where I'm trying to get bitches pregnant because I'm not in a position to be paying child support or taking care of kids. So it'd be a bad idea. Like in my current age range, it can only really be for fun if I do choose to do it or when I do it, because I'm not in a position when I want to have any liabilities or strings attached with it. So, and you shouldn't want any strings attached to any woman at all in your 20s as a man. Like it should all be for granted. I'm telling you. Like I'm telling you, I've never seen a man, and the reason like it's like, even if you're like, ah, nigga, you're just talking shit or whatever. Like I've never in my life seen yet a man reach his 30s and say, I was so glad to be chasing hoes in my 20s. I've never seen a man reach his 30s and say, I was happy to do that. Hell, I've never even seen a man reach his 40s and be like, man, I was so happy I was chasing hoes during my 30s or 40s. Like it never happens. And like seeing that in my mind, I'm already thinking, well, clearly this shit isn't worth it, you know? So even to monologue about this shit too, it's like, I've never seen a man in his 30s or 40s be like, I was glad, or when he hits 30, I've never seen a man be like, I was super glad that I was spending all my 20s chasing hoes. Have never seen it. I've never seen a man reach his 40s and look back on his 30s and then be like, I was super glad I spent it all chasing hoes. Like they just never say that shit. So in my mind, for me, being in my 20s right now and seeing that, I'm like, nigga, clearly chasing hoes is dumb because no man is reaching the further decades, 30s, 40s, 50s, and being like, I was glad I was fucking chasing hoes all the time. Or I was glad I was a player. I'm not saying you can't be good with women. That's not my point here. It's more like it's just not really worth it in the long term when you really think about shit. It's just kind of like being a winner is more fun. But I've constantly seen, and this is where I can even go over the flip side of this. I've constantly seen guys hit their 30s, 40s, 50s saying, damn, I'm so happy I was grinding super hard during my 20s. I'm super happy I was grinding during my 30s when they're in their 40s. Hell, even in their 50s, they'll be like, I'm super happy I was grinding so hard in my 40s. Like they almost always are happy when they spent all of their time grinding, but when they spent decades of their time chasing hoes, never really worked out. So it's almost like a reminder for me, and of course, a reminder I'm passing on to y'all too that like this chasing hoes shit isn't lit. It really is not when you're not already a winner and you're not already important. It's really not that lit. It's actually a huge, massive waste of your time. It's a massive waste of your time. And I get it, niggas is horny, but you cannot be using an extreme amount of your time on them at all. Like, let's say we took a year. Let's say we took a year, right? So 2 months out of the year, you could spend dealing with bitches, dealing with hoes. So you can get experience with girls because now that matters for you to have a good long-term relationship if you want one down the road. Like you need to be able to lay pipe well. So yeah, you need to get experience with hoes a little bit. And of course, you also will get a good opportunity to understand the type of girls you'd want to be with long term. Because if you had no experience with girls and then you're hitting your 30s and 40s, it gets dangerous. And then you end up like Jeff Bezos and you're marrying hoes, even though you're a billionaire and you're worth way more than she is. You see what I'm saying? It's like you don't want to put yourself in those awkward positions. So you do want to deal with them. But that is just like 2 months out of the entire year. The other 10 months should just be all grind. So you can make sure you're making more money, gaining more status, and becoming super important to the world around you. Because you'll always be fulfilled from that. The whole shit, it don't really fucking matter. Like I already said before, no one is reaching their 30s and saying, I was glad I was chasing hoes. No one is reaching their 40s and looking on their 30s and be like, I'm glad I was chasing hoes. It really never works out. It's always, I was glad I was grinding super fucking hard. So just make sure you're grinding super fucking hard because that's what's going to fulfill you in the end. So yeah. Hope that shit makes sense for y'all. I'm gonna be so real because that's so fucking important. So fucking important, bro.
Taking the free pussy when they have no other pussy on the table? Absolutely not. I don't blame them. Do I blame Bonnie for making a whole bunch of money off it? No. If I was unhappy with that exchange, would my problem be with Bonnie or the men? No. My problem would be with society as a whole. If I believed that was
That the
wrong,
men
perhaps I would
created.
have been online years ago trying to stop society heading down this direction. But if a whole bunch of men fought against me, turned up and raided my house with guns and waved MP5s in my face, saying that I'm a bad person for trying to protect society and saying what I believe society should function as, then I'd understand that men want this. So who am I to say otherwise? This is what men and women want. I'm just a fucking guy. I'm just a dude. This is the Western world we've built. We've built a Western world where men are just tax slaves and women are the most important things on the planet who can do whatever they fucking want and they're always permanent.
I think this is honestly a cycle of humanity too, y'all. Like, that quote that everyone is probably and their mother has probably heard by now that weak men create hard times, strong men create good times, and then the cycle continues. Right? Good times create weak men create hard times create strong men create good times. And then the cycle just continues. And that's just what we're in right now. Right? I do 100% believe things are going to progressively get worse because most niggas are okay with this feminism bullshit and this equality shit and still believe all this nonsense. And all the women are acting on it, of course, vast majority of them. So shit is going to get worse and going to continue to get worse, right? And strong men, important men, heartless men are going to be more and more important down the line until something crazy happens, like maybe World War III start. All of a sudden, niggas nukes flying in the air. Everyone's going to revert back to taking care of shit. Everyone's gonna revert back to their normal gender roles because real shit's going down. Like that's what always happens. Like when real shit starts going down, then niggas are like, oh my god, we gotta do this and do this. Everybody goes back to their natural roles. Like if you're in fucking Gaza right now, there ain't no feminism, nigga. Too many fucking Israel's dropping bombs on your dumbass. You ain't got no time to be. You got no time to be debating what's a man and a woman, my nigga. So when we get into a wartime eventually, which I think they will, I think we will at some point, especially because of Israel, more than likely, like that's when all this shit is gonna revert back to I wouldn't say normal, but it's gonna revert back to like definitive roles in gender. I don't know, but I mean this is just a prediction, and you know, I'm not somebody who likes to make predictions, you know what I'm saying? Because human beings are notoriously bad at predicting shit, to be real. But regardless of whatever happens, let's say there is like a war, nuclear war, like that's just so out of a person's hands. It's crazy. Like it's really even interesting to think about, y'all, when you really think about it. Like the potential of the future that we got going on now with nukes being available and like a lot of countries having nukes, like the warfare is just going to be so different. Like if it's like a real all out warfare, bro, when nukes actually start flying, not like all this, like with the recent Israeli and Iran conflict, like, direct ballistic missiles, even hypersonic missiles that are super accurate and direct. Nah, I'm talking about that real nuke shit. Like you really dropping nukes on cities and shit, like that real war shit. Like that, like, bro, that is like so out of the hands of everybody. It's just really like who can block whose nukes, like insane stuff when you really think about it. Like we'd revert back to the normal generals for sure if like let's say for example, God forbid, of course, like New York got hit by a nuke and it killed like, I don't know, like 20 million people. Niggas, yo, even thinking about that, niggas was like, whoa. Yeah, nah, it's just funny to think about it though. It's just like niggas would be like, "Hey, my nigga, hey man, we gotta stop talking about all the bullshit, man." Like, just really think about it. Even and you can think about any major city in the U.S., like whether it be New York, whether it be D.C., whether it be Miami, whatever it is. Like a nuke just hit the city, bro, killed instantly. 2 million people just gone. Everyone would be like, "Yo, we know who's a man. We know who's a woman." Like every single dumbass conversation that we are having right now would be gone. Everyone will be looking and be like, "Nope, nah, fuck this shit. We know who's a man. We know who's a woman. They ain't no she. They ain't no nothing." All those conversations will end. Women would just be like, "I ain't working no more. I need a man to take care of me." Like I'm telling you, this nuke shit, bruh. I'm telling you, bruh. Because I think it's just I pretty much think it's guaranteed. Once again, like I said, I'm not a nigga that like particularly likes to make all these predictions and shit. But I do think that, like, bro, like we're gonna have a nuclear war. Maybe not in my lifetime, bro. I would hope not in my lifetime. But like we gonna have a nuclear war. And a lot of this nonsense that we got going on with all these dumbass political conversations, like politics is so like dumb now, especially like liberals. Like we're arguing with people who have mental illnesses at this point. It's like there's not even any sophisticated debates going on. Let's be real. When you're looking at what's going on, not really any sophisticated debates going on, really, about anything. If we're going to be on from a cultural standpoint, it's just niggas trying to push obviously dumbass ideas. I like to think that back in the day, right? Liberalism back in the day was more about, and I actually I'm on like this too for you because I think this is important for you niggas to understand or think about, even just food for thought. I like to think before that liberalism back in the day used to be about looking out for glitches in the system. You know what I'm saying? Okay, actually, a great way to explain this. Okay, when you play a video game and or you're playing like a fighting game or a fighting video game, right? Like maybe one of those scrollers like Mortal Kombat, for example, like Mortal Kombat. And there's like a glitch in the game. Just take for example, there's a glitch in the game where one of the characters, if you select this character, there's a glitch where the character does not take any damage no matter how much you punch the character doesn't take any damage. And you still take damage with whatever other character you select. So every single time you match up with somebody online and you have to fight this character that has this glitch that you can't take away their health, it's unfair, right? It's just blatantly unfair. No matter how skilled you are at the game, no matter how good you are at the game, no matter how much you train at the game, you're not going to be able to beat another player, no matter how ass he is, if he chooses a character that has a glitch where he never loses health, where the character never loses health, no matter how much it gets hit. And I like to think that's what liberalism was before. Like maybe I don't know, pre 2009 and prior. I'd like to think liberalism was more about, hey, let's just make sure there's not glitches in the system, which is cool. And this to me meant that conversations before were way more interesting. We were having way more interesting conversations before because it was more about trying to identify glitches in systems and make sure, hey, everything is running smoothly. Everything is quote unquote like equal, not like equal, more like opportunity is there. Because, like I just gave you guys in the example with the fighting game, like if you're trying to fight a character that cannot lose health no matter how good you are at the game, it's like you can't do anything about that. That's a glitch in the system. The game legitimately needs to be fixed there, right? And I'd like to think that liberal conversations back in the day, at least maybe with conservatives, was more about, hey, you're saying the opportunity is there and niggas can just overcome this shit, but no, this is an obvious glitch here with maybe in the economy or certain positions. Like, okay, we need to fix these things because clearly it doesn't matter what a nigga does, like it's broken. Okay, yeah, interesting conversations. But like now, bro, arguing with liberals is like niggas are just like dumb. Niggas are just like retarded. Like niggas don't know. Like we can't even say there's only two genders. Like, bro, this is stupid. Like this is just dumb conversations we're having now. not even interesting. Because even from, let's say you're not even like politically inclined at all. Maybe you're saying, oh, I'm not even really politically inclined at all. Fine. But like, even on the outside looking in at the conversation, just as a person whose mind is working correctly, looking at a conversation, like we're talking about what is a girl and what is not a girl, and how there's 99 genders and like shit like that. It's like, bro, we're not even like talking about anything. This is not like interesting conversation. This is just niggas who think normally and niggas who are retarded. That's literally what it is now, y'all. It's just niggas who are retarded, niggas who think normally. That's what politics is. From at least from a cultural standpoint. Niggas who are retarded. Then also there's niggas who basically try to act like they're retarded too to fit in, even though they don't agree with the bullshit, but they'd rather do that than get canceled or bullied or whatever. So they're gonna avoid, saying certain things. They're gonna avoid saying certain things because they don't want to anger the fucking woke mob and liberal niggas, the mentally ill niggas. Right. So they're just gonna say whatever. But then you have the mentally ill niggas. Then you just have everybody else who's just sane, who's like, this is just stupid. We're not even talking about anything interesting. This doesn't help anyone. So yeah, that's just kind of how I like look at least politics culturally. The foreign policy is a lot more of an interesting conversation with Zionism, especially going on right now. But from a cultural standpoint, it's just like nigga, there's nothing to be talked about here. There's nothing interesting here. So either way, I would like to think things before were talked about in a way more interesting way. But I do believe once the nukes start flying, all this bullshit, all these bullshit cultural conversations are gonna be gone. Because the only reason why these conversations have been able to exist is because America is one of the safest countries in the world because we have fucking nukes. I mean, well, in terms of America is so well machined and well weaponized that we can afford to have dumbass conversations. Feminism is the most expensive ideology in the world. Like I was mentioning earlier in the stream, nigga, if you're in fucking Gaza right now, you can't you're concerned about getting food and water. You don't have time to be sitting there and thinking about maybe men and women are equal. You know what I'm saying? No time for shit like that. Let's keep it cooking though, y'all. Make sure to get back into present mode.
Victims slash always permanently right, and they're girl bosses, and we're dumbasses, and we just have to build the roads and build the buildings and die in ditches. And this is all a woman's world, and it's a matriarchy. So if that's the world we live in, let women do whatever the fuck they want. Cool. And the government can raise the kids. And this is the new society we've built, the new utopia. Fantastic.
Do you think Andrew's a good role model?
It depends which way you're looking at it. But yeah, everything he
Or
says.
how would you look at it?
Well, yeah, I guess. I think he is. I've heard clips before where you spoke about rape, and I think, God, I couldn't disagree more. But it's because I've looked at it out of context. Then when I've actually listened to the podcast and it's put in context, I'm like, he is completely right.
And it's so wild that niggas are so dumb that they're more than willing to have an entire opinion on somebody after only listening to one clip. Like, it's just like how genuinely stupid is that? Like, you hate someone without even digging a little bit into who they are or why they said what they said. It's just they said something that makes me feel weird or annoyed, so I hate them with all of my heart. And I'm more than willing to tell other people that this person is a bad person. Like, how mentally like deranged do you have to be like that? You can watch a random clip of somebody on the internet and then instantly decide, I hate this person with an extreme passion to the point that I will tell other people about my hatred of this person and why I hate this person off a 15-second clip. Like how, like that's literally insane. That's fucking stupid as hell. There's no way I would ever be able to strongly formulate an opinion about anyone without a significant amount of research about what they do and figuring out why they're saying what they're saying. Most niggas are just not insane, y'all. Most niggas, whenever you see somebody say something jarring to you, like whenever somebody says something very, very jarring to you, you should never sit and think to yourself that this person is just crazy. Because most people drive towards ridiculous conclusions for a reason. They've had a constant buildup of reinforcement from something somewhere that has driven them towards a conclusion. So you need to understand if they're saying something that is really jarring to you, it's even now more important for you to go and figure out what they got going on. Because for them to come to such an extreme conclusion, they must have such an extreme amount of detail and evidence for why they're coming to such an extreme conclusion. Usually, some niggas are crazy. Don't get it twisted. Some niggas are crazy. But you only really know once you know. You only really know if you're willing to go do the research on someone and really figure out what's going on behind the 15-second clips you can catch of someone. Like, you need to be proactive, not reactive. Nobody should be able to say anything on the internet to you and you instantly formulate a very strong opinion about this person. Unless you have a lot of context on who they are already. It doesn't make any sense. It's just ignorance. It's will for ignorance. And you've probably already been proved wrong countless times about people. Like Wadi Blue was here. She saw a 15-second clip of this nigga and was like, what the fuck? And then did a little bit of research. Literally watched one full-length thing and realized, oh yeah, I agree with all of this. I mean, I think it also goes to show how lazy niggas are. Like, most niggas are just more than willing to allow other people to just think thoughts for them. And I would think this just because most people find thinking hard and understanding people hard. So it's easier to just have somebody else formulate your opinions for you. But it's also bad because this means that you let people easily control you, and someone can lead you off a cliff if you just let other people make decisions for you. If you're not willing to question anything, then you can be made to do horrible things before you even realize it, which is why it's so important to question things, which is why it's so important to not formulate a very strong opinion about someone after a 15-second clip. Because that means people, if anyone who is intelligent realizes that, they're like, oh, if I just want to manipulate a mass amount of people, all I have to do is show them an out of context clip about someone, and I can make a bunch of people hate this individual and do bad things to this individual. Come to realize after the fact, when these niggas watch full length clips or find out more information about this nigga, they're like, oh my God, he was a good guy. Right? And and it's crazy. Because one of the biggest ways that this has been done was after World War II to a particular guy with a mustache who's been portrayed for a long time as a very bad person. But if you actually do extensive, deep research using other sources instead of main sources, you'll come to realize that, what this guy did actually made a lot of sense, right? And maybe that's something we'll go over in the future on my streams, but it'll just be on Rumble, of course, because YouTube, they're definitely not fucking with that. But yeah, just food for thought for y'all there.
So there's not many things apart from him saying people are gay I disagree with. Like, I'm like, okay, yeah, that is true. It's factual. A lot of the time we're not talking opinions, we're
What's
talking
factual?
facts. Near enough everything we've spoken about today, when you talk about the past, the future, how it is, it's factual. You look on the news, everything we're saying is true. We're not here just saying, oh my God, I think this is vile. We're saying it's vile. Here's the stats. Here's the statistics to it. So you can disagree with it. We're not saying everything we agree with, but we're giving you the facts. You can't cry about that.
Which is true.
Right. How do you think people are going to take you being on this show with Bonnie Blue?
I don't know. I don't really know.
It's actually nice not being the most hated person in the room for a change.
Well, I'm sure. Yeah. And I think I'd be uncomfortable and unfamiliar with not being the most hated person in the room. But I don't really give a fuck how people take it, to be honest. I think people will understand that, it's entertaining. I think that this conversation's been very interesting.
One thing I will say about even being hated by people that I think is super, interesting. It's very important to understand that who cares about being hated by people that you never even want to be like, to be real. Like, quite honestly, you should not give a fuck about anyone that does not have the things that you want in life. And the silence that you gain in your mind is ridiculous when you do that. When you actually just don't give a fuck about anyone who doesn't have what you want, makes your life super easy. Too many niggas give a fuck about niggas that don't have shit that they want. And this doesn't even just extend to online shit. I'm talking about you in your personal life right now. Do your parents have the things that you want out of life? No. So why should you care about their expectations of you? do your current bum ass friends who you should cut off today have the shit that you want out of life, then you shouldn't give a fuck about what they have to say. And then it extends to social media. If niggas on social media are talking, look at them and be like, well, are they a millionaire? Because I want to be a millionaire. So why am I listening to this thing? I probably shouldn't listen to this thing. Does this nigga have the physique that I want? Is he as big as I want to get? Okay, well, he doesn't. So why should I be listening to this nigga? Like, if you just use that metric for deciding who you even allow to, who you allow yourself to listen to, who you allow yourself to even hear shit from, it makes your life way simpler. Like, oh, you don't have shit that I want. I don't care about what you're saying. And you don't have shit that I want. I don't give a fuck about what you're saying. Like when you just do that shit, just makes your life so simple. It makes your life super quiet. Because the greatest way, or one of the best ways to get the shit that you want out of life, is to just only listen to guys that have it. Because guys who have the shit that you want out of life have developed beliefs and perspectives on the world that got them that. All men on the planet are separated based off mentality, not reality. Meaning what we think is what separates us. Not even just what we think and the thoughts what we think and the thoughts we choose to act on is what separates us. Right? So if you want to ensure that you get all that you want out of life, you only want to listen to guys that have all that you want out of life. Because when you listen to them, you'll also be able to adopt the beliefs and perspectives that allow you to also get what they have. And everybody else who does not have the shit that you want, you just fucking ignore. They're like cockroaches. They're like insects. They're like flies. You just kind of like swat them. Oh, some niggas hating on you. Is this nigga richer than me? Or is he as rich as I want to be? Is he as smart as I want to be? Is he as strong as I want to be? No, who gives a fuck? Saves you a lot of time and energy, y'all. I'm telling you. And then we keep it moving, y'all.
I don't know if people expected me to like have a go at Bonnie or try and tell her what she's doing is wrong.
I've been called like the female version of Andrew Tate for a long time
Why?
now. And I think just because I say women are lazy, they are poorly educated, they're not servicing their guy. And if you're not servicing your guy, he's going to go and cheat. And everyone's like, you basically sound like Andrew Tate. But it's like, I'm talking from experience. They're talking from fuck all experience. And I'm saying, hey, these are the facts. I've slept with over 1,000 people and this is my experience.
But you know, if you want a really intellectual conversation, if you want to really actually analyze society by and large, this false bullshit of, of male sexual exclusivity is actually creating most of the problems in the world today. When we say to women that a man should be loyal to only her, that's what's creating all of the divorces, all of the breakups, all of the women who run from man to man to man to man trying to find a loyal one. None of them are ever loyal. So then they end up just chasing the bag and chasing money and end up being sex workers, which is fine.
And this is also why it's dangerous to be around niggas who do not cheat. I'm be honest. It's very dangerous. Super dangerous. Because it means that they're denying a certain biological imperative that they have, which is to fuck a lot of bad bitches. I'm not saying they have to be going out and slanging schlong everywhere. That's not the point that I'm trying to make here. It's more that it's important to understand that they're in a position where they have a natural need to want to fuck other hoes. And society has pushed on men that, oh man, you're not supposed to do that. The way you show loyalty to women is the exact same way that women show loyalty to you when it's not. We show loyalty differently, right? We show our loyalty to anyone, or not to anyone, to women through protection and provisioning. Like by us being willing to die for a woman and us being willing to give things to her, we are being loyal to her. Because we're not giving that same level of sacrifice and resources for any other woman. So, and that's what women primarily want. Like when women talk about the type of dude they want, they usually describe a dude that can protect them. So in shape, tall, and they describe a dude who can take care of them, has money. Very simple. Like if you ask any woman everywhere, that's just what it breaks down to. For men, primarily what we want out of women is sex. Like if you break it all down, we might say, okay, we need her to have a whatever personality, but that's all after the fact of, is she bad? Would I smash her? Understand? So for us, it's just really about getting laid. Like that's the whole thing. And because we only value them when it comes to getting laid, that's why we care about loyalty so much in the sense of sexual loyalty, meaning you only smash us. you only smash us so we can guarantee if we have a child with you, it's our kid. Understand? So that's the way you have to show loyalty to us. You ensure that you're not going to go and have another man's kid and then make me raise it. And then we show loyalty to y'all by making sure we're only willing to die for you. We're only willing to give you resources and no other woman. And that's the different ways that we show loyalty. But the thing is, because of feminism and a lot of other dumbass niggas, we've taught women that no, we both show loyalty the exact same way. Like this is just what destroys already society, bro. It's just that's the crux of everything. I think I already said like 2-3 streams ago how like feminism just destroyed everyone and everything because it all came from the fundamental lie that women and men are equal to any degree. We are so different, it is actually ridiculous. And you can clearly understand that by what I just described to you niggas when it comes to the loyalty thing. Like, we both show loyalty in vastly different ways. Because why? We care about different things. It has nothing to do with the fact that men just want to cheat for no reason. It's just that we care about different things from y'all. So what we expect of you guys is going to be different from what you expect of us, right? This is why we don't care about your money or your title or your whatever. We don't care about those things. And this is also why when women go out and make money, they still care about our money because it's not about for them, even though they can take care of themselves, they still want you to have the ability to take care of them. So what the fuck? Because it's like, if you're going out here and making money, why do you need me to make it? It's because it's a sign that I can take care of you. That's why it still matters for you. We care about different things. But women, all the time too, what women will do is stupid. If you ask them, like, okay, what do you think a dude wants out of you? Or what do you think guys care about? It's almost always like, well, I have a career, I have money, I have whatever. And there's some dudes who fuck us up, who fuck it up for the rest of the niggas, and they're like, oh yeah, I care about her having a job and money and whatever. But realistically, most rich niggas don't care. If you're on the path to becoming extremely rich and wealthy, you don't care about a woman's money. You usually don't. And quite frankly, the only ever time where you're speaking that way is if you just want to make more money, but it's just with her, and you see it more as like a pastime thing rather than I need you to make money. It's more, hey, let's just make money together because that's my way of bonding with you instead of like I need you. You know what I'm saying? For women, it's a necessity that you make that bread, bro. It's not like oh, let's just do it as a fun thing. Like, no, you need to perform this. You need to do this thing. It's the only way I'm even gonna be willing to be with you. That's why for a lot of women, money is a standard for them. I need him to make this much. Like, understand? But for us, when we speak, when you have some niggas that are talking about, oh, I want her to make money and have status and all these kind of things, what they're more saying is, I want her to do these things so she can do it with me, so it's fun, rather than I need her money. We're not. It's not even like in our minds we're like, oh, I need the bread. It's like no, no, no. It's kind of like I want you to come in and we do that shit together, so it's lit. But in most scenarios, once you reach a certain financial level, you don't care. You're like, I could give a fuck less about her bread because I make more than enough to take care of me and her. So, but she's not, she's making more than me, so it doesn't fucking matter. So,
But all of this comes from this bullshit idea that men have ever been sexually exclusive. Men have never been sexually exclusive. Women were to guarantee.
real niggas were never exclusive. Lame niggas were always exclusive because they had to be because, you know, they don't have leverage. Because when you're already super important and rich, you have the leverage to not be exclusive because a bunch of hoes want you. But when you're not important and you're not wealthy, you have to be exclusive to make up for the fact that you haven't reached a level of success yet or a level of status in the world yet that a bunch of hoes want you. So you're already getting hoes by the skin of your teeth. So you have to put extra value into keeping her by being exclusive. So yeah.
Eternity. Men, since the dawn of time, every king, every sultan have had harems, they have had concubines.
Hell
every
yeah.
single man who could, did. The men who can't say they wouldn't and say they don't want it because they can't. It's like a broke man saying he wouldn't drive a Ferrari. No one gives a fuck what you
Nah, nigga. Like, what the fuck? Let's be real, y'all. Like, come on now.
think because you're poor.
Mhm.
If you're actually important and you can have a harem, you have a harem. They always
My
have.
mama.
So now we have this weird society where men are out here trying very hard to compete in the sexual marketplace, to become as important and rich and successful and well known as possible because it's so.
Which I also think is good. I'm pausing this shit a lot, but it's just because like there's just so much good shit in here. I think something that's so important to understand is that throughout history or throughout time, what was it? Only 40% of men have ever procreated. Only 40%. Meaning the other 60% died. The other 60% died either in war, for the sake of protecting their country or an idea, right? For the sake of protecting women. Like we just dying. Like niggas is dying, bro. Like we've been dying. And then 40% of men actually got to procreate, whereas like 80% of women got to procreate, right? So for men, the unfortunate thing is with modernization of society, it removes the win or die trying aspect that a lot of men would, to me at least, would have innately. Because back then, before modernization, of course, it really was win or die trying. Like if you wanted to get a ton of hoes, bruh, it was really win or die trying. There was no safe medians you could find in the middle. It was like niggas is just you either doing whatever the fuck you can to become super important to the world, or you died. But it's lit. That's to me as a man, that's the most glorious life you could live. And I'm saying this because it's so important for you niggas in the fam to understand. Like that's the best way to live as a man. There's no better way to live for a man than to shoot for glory or die trying to achieve it, or to die trying to achieve glory. There's no better existence, in my opinion. Like, what is the point of not shooting for glory? Please tell me how you can live an average life. You could do average shit, right, with your life. You could have average intelligence. You could have average work ethic. You could have an average mindset. You could have average character, which leads to you having an average house, an average car, an average wife, an average social circle. Like you could have these things and you're like, oh yeah, this is great for me. You know what I'm saying? And I do think having these things in the middle is important for building a society, but I actually believe society would benefit way more if all men tried to do everything they possibly could to reach the top. I really do. I really do think that. I think that standard would push all men to perform at a higher level, for like all of us to perform at a higher level, because it's like we're all trying to do what it takes to become greater, which makes a hyper efficient society. And I would like to think at least this is what the 1950s looked like post-war. So many young men had went to go die in war. There's so little men around now. You know what I'm saying? But because so many people were dying, it's just like this and everybody, so many people were dying. We're extremely patriotic. We're surviving these wars. We're dropping bombs on niggas. Like everybody is hyper productive. Everybody wants to go out and win and perform and take care of their families or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And I also put it as a disclaimer here, glory doesn't always have to look like money. It doesn't always have to be in the form of wealth. It's just like to put on so hard for your family the best that you can. You know, it doesn't mean you have to be a billionaire. It's just like, even if you're making a regular income, like, are you really going as hard as you possibly can as a man to take care of your family in all ways and regards? Are you being that rock for your family in all ways and regards? And I feel like during that post-war time, it really was like win or die trying because so many people were dying. So you're in a position where you have to win because so many men were dying. And it's like almost like men are at their best when they're dying. Like I'll be honest with y'all, bro. Like we're just the realest niggas when we're dying for something. When we're willing to die for ideas and all this other kind of shit, like that's when we're actually at our peak. But when we're the way we are now, and niggas are willing to just sit in their basement and do fucking nothing and not really care about anything or whatever, like what the fuck? It's like this is when you're at your worst as a man. You're not trying to achieve anything great, and now you don't die anymore. You do what I'll call like a fake out death. Like instead of literally dying, because if you were just sitting around and doing nothing back then, like way back then, right? You just die. Like you just get killed by another man, and that'd be it or the end for you. But because of modernization, like men die like a fake death, where it's kind of like they don't try to achieve anything great in their lives, so they kind of just like sit in their mom's basement for the rest of their lives. And that's just kind of like what it is. You know, it's a silent death. It's like you're alive, but you're just kind of a liability to everybody now. You know what I'm saying? You're just a liability on everybody's fucking taxes. Like we're just paying for you to continue to exist. Whereas before, we were way more efficient. Might be crude to think that way, but we were way more efficient. Like if you weren't performing, you're just dead. Like you just die and that's it. And then all the real niggas are the only ones left alive. And that's exactly what I was just referring to a second ago when I was talking about that, like, directly post-war period after World War II, where it's like so many men were dead, so all the men that were left were performing to such a high degree because niggas is dying. But when no niggas are dying, like, and everybody's okay, and there's no really serious wars going around, everybody just can afford to be lazy. So we just have niggas that are fake dead. We just don't do anything. So don't be one of those niggas. You have to strive for greatness. It's either win or die trying, because that's the most fulfilling life you can live as a man, right? It's either you get it all or you get nothing because you're dead. And when you're dead, nothing will matter anyway. So that's how I see that shit. So I love this grinding shit because it's like there's nothing else worth doing, y'all. There really isn't.
So hard to get a woman. When they finally pull that off, women are chasing him because women only want the top 1% of men. And then when a woman gets with him, she tells him, you can only be with me and no one else. And then he's like, okay, well, you've been with a whole bunch of men before me. You're not even a fucking virgin. You don't even listen to me. You don't shut up when I tell you to. So why the fuck am I going to only be with you? I'll be with 10 women just like you. You all have big mouths. So if I'll just be with all of you. And then she's like, oh my God, he cheated. And then she'll run away and just do the same thing again with another guy. And before you know it, after 20 dicks, she sits there and goes, why am I fucking for free? Let me just get paid out of this. So then she says, all right, she either becomes a sex worker honestly or becomes a sex worker dishonestly via rape charges and rape claims.
Oh,
That's what they do. If you're a woman who makes a...
It's just so funny too because he just got recently because of Lauren Southern recently was just like, oh, this nigga raped me. Come to find out, bitch, no, he didn't, bro. Hoes trying to sell books, bro, and they just saying niggas just raping them. Like, come on.
Rape claim against a man.
Like, that's just what it is, bro. That's the come up now, man. That's the come up, bro. If I'm a woman, bro, I'm telling you, if I'm a woman, bro, it's all you got to do. If I was an evil woman, all you got to do, just do whatever it takes to fuck a bunch of famous ass niggas, bro. Do whatever it takes. Just do whatever it takes. Famous niggas. Just do whatever it takes. You smash them all. Chill a little bit. Chill. Slow yourself down for about a year, 2 years. Start writing a few books or whatever. And then you just start dropping bombs on this nigga raped me. This nigga raped me. This nigga raped me. I'm telling you, you're going to get a ton of money, a bunch of attention. These niggas that you smashed are going to lose a shit ton of reputation. It seems like it's shifting a little bit more now, though. Like, it seems like niggas are way more quick to just defend niggas. There was also Corey Kenshin, like, a day ago where a woman accused him of abusing her. And it came to find out that, like, within a day, the nigga's followers and fans came out and were like, bitch, you lying. So, like, instantly, within a day. So, like, we're kind of, we're in a kind of situation where niggas are on edge to disprove these hoes because they be lying. But anyway, if I was an evil woman, that's what I'd just be doing. I'd just be smashing as many top tier guys as possible and then just be coming out with false rape claims all the time. And the reason why this would work, and the best thing about this is not even the fact that even if I were to be said, even if people came and said, oh no, you're lying or whatever, it wouldn't matter because women are punished for these false allegations, guys. So it's still a win-win for me. It's either I get an instant come up, I get instant fame, I get a ton of money, or I just go back to my regular life. There is no repercussions because everyone's just gonna say, you go, girl, you said he raped you. Even after it came after the fact that you were capping, everyone will just go back to normal, like, oh, she was lying, guys. Everybody moves on with their day. See what I'm saying? So that's what I would do if I was an evil woman. I'd just go be smashing these dudes and then just be like, they raped me. And then I either win or I just go back to regular life. Win-win. It's like I have nothing to lose. This is what makes dealing with women as a very top tier successful guy nowadays so dangerous because women are able to attack you with nothing to lose. They have nothing to lose, take you to court, everything. Nothing to lose, bro. It's actually kind of ridiculous when you really think about that shit, but that's the kind of world we live in, bro. Just no consequences now.
And you have an OnlyFans, you literally use sex to make money. And you literally lie to men pretending to like them. And now you're doing the same thing in a courtroom. The court has become OnlyFans. The court's OnlyFans.
Oh,
Nothing's
God.
different. A woman just gets her.
And like I said, y'all, no punishment for this shit. No punishment. I need y'all to understand how wild this shit is. You as a man who's successful and worked hard for years to achieve all you have achieved. And then you sleep with one girl, and then she wants to say, oh, you raped her or whatever. She could do all of that shit. You could lose sponsorships. You could lose deals. You could lose opportunities. You could lose all that shit. Come to find out the bitch was lying. Right? Oh, she's lying. Drop all the cases or whatever. She goes back to her regular life, and you lose millions of dollars and millions of dollars in terms of opportunities. She literally lost nothing. In fact, she still gained because she ruined your life. She still, even if she doesn't gain a ton of money out of this situation, even if it comes to find out that the allegation was wrong, she has everything to gain still because she just ruined your life. I hope you niggas are really understanding this shit. Like, they can literally just ruin your life and then walk away like nothing happened. And no one cares. You lose deals, you lose money, you lose sponsorships, you lose hella shit, brand deals, whatever shit you got, whatever shit you worked for. And she just walks away. Like, oh, well, that happened. Crazy though, y'all. Telling you, just wild shit.
Pussy and gets her tears or gets her lies, and she uses the court system to make money as opposed to using the OnlyFans platform. What's the difference?
I think
So you either
probably
have
a lot of
honest and
women.
dishonest sex workers, and all of this comes from the fact that we don't have a society where you say a man at that stature is going to have 4 or 5 wives. Get over it. Life would be a lot simpler if we
Oh
could.
God.
If women weren't brainwashed into believing they need a loyal man. A man is loyal to you when he puts up with you, protects you, and provides for you. If a man's paying your bills and will stop you getting attacked on the street and puts up with your emotions, that's loyal. Don't worry about where his dick goes. That's loyalty. He's shown you loyalty. And he can put his dick wherever he wants. That's actually loyalty.
What do you think about that?
See, I'm very different though, because I'm the one that does the income. They probably won't be working it with the other way around because women also want things to be different. So, like, I'm not saying I agree with that. Like, I think if I was with a guy, they probably wouldn't work. I'd be the one to be in control. And
This is Cap. She would absolutely hate and resent any dude she would have to take care of. She might do it for a couple of months, maybe even a year if the niggas maybe laying pipe well, but eventually she's gonna start getting uncomfortable because I'm telling you, bro, girls don't like taking care of niggas. It legitimately goes against their biological makeup. It goes against it for them to be taking care of a dude. Once again, they can do it initially if the nigga is laying pipe right. If you really laying some strong right and you're taking care of that need for her, she can put up with you being a bum for a while, a good amount of time. But eventually, and I'd argue as she gets older, she can do this bullshit when she's young. Like Bonnie Blue's 26. So she can say this at 26 years old. I take care of nigga. I don't care. I'll be paying the bills. I'll probably make more money as long as he laying pipe. It's fine. When you're young, sure, Bonnie. But I promise y'all, bro, she hits, what she says, 30, 31, 32. All that bullshit gonna change. She's like, no, this nigga need to perform now financially. Like, I can't do this. I'm just taking care of you shit anymore because it's just in her biology. She's aging. Less dudes are fucking with her. And this also would obviously hurt her bank account too, because naturally, when you're OnlyFans girl, like you're gonna make the most money when you're in your youngest years because you're in your sexual prime. But as you get older, the amount of money you're able to make on OnlyFans is gonna drop significantly because there's hotter bitches out now. There's bitches that are gonna be more popping than you because there's younger women that are coming out, whereas you're getting too old, so niggas don't really want to be watching your shit no more. So your finances are going to drop. So imagine you're taking care of a man and you're moving out of your OnlyFans prime, my nigga, like you're like a fucking athlete, like your prime, you're moving out of your prime, get towards those retirement years. Like if she's taking care of a nigga at that time, she's like, whoa, hell no. It's not about the pipe no more. I actually need you to perform financially. So that whole shit that, oh, I'm more than willing to just take care of a nigga. It's fine because I'm making all this money. Yeah, she can say that shit at 26, but she cannot say that dumb shit at 36, y'all. So
I'll be the one fucking loads of other guys and they'd be loyal to me. Things are different.
Yeah, she'd be bossing it because she has the money. She's doing the protection and provision because she's got the cash. But
she's only doing it because she's
what
young,
I'm
though.
saying is the happiest women, let's look, and this is cultural. Like if you go to Russia and you meet a billionaire, you think he has one wife. I mean, he has his wife, of course, and he has his fucking girlfriend.
Yeah,
And
mate,
his
shit,
wife
bro.
just keeps her eyes closed and doesn't care, and he gets to enjoy his girlfriends, and his wife gets to drive a G-Wagon, and everyone's happy. It's only in the West where she'll be like, I can't believe he wants to talk to another girl. It's stupid.
It's so
and then
dumb.
women end up leaving men they love because he cheated, and then getting cheated on by a man they don't love. It's dumb. And it's just over and over and over
This
again.
is so
Until they end up
stupid,
as
bro.
sluts. Or old and used to the point where they can't get the quality of man they want. Then they're sitting around 36. I can't find a man who's, I don't like this guy. I don't like this guy. Because the guys you like are with 22-year-olds, my dear. And you had
And
a
they're
guy
gonna
who
have
loved you, and
multiple
you fucked
hoes.
it up because you cried over him cheating like an idiot. Women, find a man you love, let him cheat, just tell him to only come home to you and only love you. Let him
Mhm.
do what he has to do. Don't stress him too much. Have some fucking kids. Drive a Bentley. That fixes society. But of course, if I say that, I'm a misogynist. I'm the worst.
Pretty,
man
I
in the
mean,
world.
pretty simple,
I
bro.
deserve
I
to
But
go
if
to
you said to
jail.
that girl, go and work, go and earn your own money, go and do this, they don't want to do that either. So you got to pick and choose. Like,
When you tell women to go earn their own money, one way or another, it ends up being sex work.
yeah.
You tell me these,
Well-
you don't see these female fucking estate agents, whatever, in their little girl suit and their makeup and all pretty. Have you ever seen like one of these
I mean, okay, this is actually what I would say though. It's interesting though, because even as a woman too, even in any male dominated fields, like you're gonna get boosts and passes if you look more attractive, to be real. If you're a woman. If you're a woman, you're gonna get more boost and you're gonna get a lot more boost still in any of these other fields working wise. And I guess this is kind of the point that he's trying to get to here. Like, well, it ends up being sex work one way or the other because at a certain point that it gets to a certain point where if you work on your looks a lot and make sure you're always looking at your peak as a woman, you're gonna get better opportunities, which are gonna lead to more money. Because a lot of these women out here, bro, they be fucking their way to the top of a lot of hierarchies in a lot of situations. There's one bitch name. Let me see if I remember her name. Joy Taylor. Pretty sure sports podcaster, not podcaster, but sports pundit. Like she just be talking about sports, whatever this shit is called, right? There was claims about her. I think there's maybe 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 months ago where she was fucking nigga. She was fucking a nigga that owned the shit. I believe. Like that's how she got the position that she got because she was just fucking the dudes. And then she was fucking the dude that owned the thing, and that dude was giving her a position. So it's like she's in a male dominated field, but she still did sex work to get to the best position of that. So women got no problem fucking their way to the top of these hierarchies, these male dominated hierarchies. And that's what I guess he means there by saying that it always ends up being sex work, bro. It's very rare, at least it's very rare when it's not. That it's gonna be very rare if you want to reach to the top of a hierarchy as a woman that you're not gonna look at your best or try to look at your best to a degree, right? And I would agree that I would say more that this is more the fast way to do it. Like if you want to do it fast, you could basically be in a male dominated field, but do sex work on the side in said male dominated field to get to the top very quickly. But some women do choose to do it the slow, real way, to be honest. But it's just hard because now it's just hard because you actually have to do it off your merit, and it's very rare to do that. I think the only women that I've seen do it pretty well in terms of like they don't have to use their bodies or sexualize themselves to get to the top of what they've done is Candace Owens and Layla Hermosi. Like Alex Hermosi's wife. Like she's done an incredible job. She's reached the top as a businesswoman straight off her merit. No sex work, no nothing. Well, I mean, she's also been married to Alex and they built the business together, but still, like, they did a really good job. And Candace also, too, like, she's just been straight just off her commentary alone. So it's rare it can happen, but it just takes longer, right? Where a lot of these other hoes, they just kind of fuck their way to the top and just kind of get there. So in a lot of cases, yes, they become sex workers. It's very rare that that's not the case, to be real. That's my analysis on the shit. So we'll keep cooking for about like 2 more minutes. And then I'm gonna probably go 6 p.m. tomorrow. Should be, yeah. 6 p.m. tomorrow will be cool. Okay.
successful girl boss estate agents who's obese?
Eastern, 6 p.m.
I'm asking.
6 p.m. Eastern tomorrow.
I
Or she
haven't
be-
seen an obese female estate agent, no.
Have you seen obese women achieve anything financially? Or are there, because if you say no, then you're saying the women are judged on how they look. So all version of female work is sex work.
Now that I think about it, I have never really seen a fat bitch really achieve some shit really wild. Was Oprah fat? Oprah was fat, right? Like, was Oprah fat, y'all? like, I don't know, man. Was Oprah fat? Oprah's like, I'm trying to really think about women. I think the only ones that have maybe achieved some shit financially like that must be actors, bro. And they were probably playing roles where being a bigger woman helped. Like being a literal fucking whale helped them. Like those are probably the only women. But outside of maybe like acting and shit, I've never seen a fat bitch like achieve a lot financially. Like it's always all women that I've seen achieve a lot financially are always fit, are always in fucking shape, right? And I think, well, yeah, pretty much. I've actually never seen a fat bitch achieve anything financially, bro. I'll be honest. Like, I'm thinking about it. Wow, that's actually kind of fucking crazy, but it makes a lot of sense.
That's the question. Can women do anything without being judged on the one thing they have, which is their sexuality?
I think
Can
you,
women
I think
do
you could be an
anything?
obese comedian and make money.
Women
Yeah,
are
but then you'd be making jokes about the fact you're fat.
yeah,
That's
and women
why
are
I find
funny.
you funny.
Let's be honest, women aren't funny.
Aren't funny, did
No,
you
of
say?
course not.
I think I've made you smile a few times.
Yeah, you've made me smile because I've been
Is there any funny women? Now I'm thinking about it. It's rare. I don't know. It's like, well, yeah. I mean, for us, like us being funny is endearing to women. So like it helps us get laid. So being funny is like tends to be a more masculine trait because it makes you endearing. It builds a lot of rapport. You know, like niggas like funny niggas, bro. Like niggas are always gonna be more comfortable around funny niggas that aren't funny. So yeah, but funny women or women who are extremely funny, like women who really get you, you like, oh, that's funny as shit, nigga. Like, nah, like they ain't really, yeah, they don't really exist. It's just rare. They can sometimes do some funny shit. Like her seeing while I've been reviewing this interview, like she's done some funny shit or she said some shit in context that was funny as shit to me. But was she like overly funny, like funnier than any niggas I know? Hell no. Come on. Come on now.
impressed by your intuition.
Mm-hmm.
I've been impressed by how correctly you see society. But I think by and large, female comedians aren't really funny because humor is a masculine mating tactic. We have to make women laugh for them to
Yeah.
like us, whereas
Yeah.
women don't have to make us laugh. They have to be hot. Men fall in love with what they see. Women fall in love with what they hear,
Yeah.
which is why women wear makeup. So we see something we like. And that's why men lie. So they hear something they like.
Or we say some funny shit. So
Men lie. Every man on a date is a gangster and he's rich. You go, any girl go on a date with any guy. If women watching this, I know you've been on a date with some guy recently. He's got a few tattoos. He's got a sleeve, and he's a gangster. He's a criminal, and he's got all this money. And he's a fucking jackass. He's got like $6 grand in the bank and a rented car on finance.
hey, work on that
He's just
though.
lying. He's trying to pretend he's
Hey, it working though. Do not do that shit. Be a real ass nigga. But it working though. It working though. Actually, with that there, all right. Well, actually, we'll sign off right there, y'all. Nice little hour cooking here. The latest stream I've done, literally 11:41 p.m. Eastern time where I'm at right now. So yeah, usually we go at 6 p.m. But as I mentioned earlier, yeah, so we'll go 6 p.m. Eastern time tomorrow for another hour, of course. Let me shout out the socials for y'all boys real quick so you can join the fam, you know, follow up, support your boy, support the continued cooking and talking shit about everything and everyone because I fucking hate everyone. So hold on. Let me share this shit. Let me share that shit. Shake that shit. Shake that shit. Shake that shit. Shake that shit. First, I'm gonna show the. Oh no, actually, let me show the YouTube first. I'm actually about to drop a video on YouTube in like 30 minutes or some shit. Probably like right after I hop off stream. 'Cause I haven't posted today. Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, y'all boys. Make sure to follow the fucking YouTube. Show y'all niggas right here. At Ali Argunade. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna be growing this motherfucker to infinity and beyond. We're just gonna keep cooking on it because making these videos just makes me smarter. So it should make y'all niggas smarter. And as I was saying earlier in the stream, when I was talking about the lust shit, this is literally the perfect video on it if you want to understand it more. So, and obviously other videos too. These are like some clips from the stream actually of like the monologues I've had because I think it's just valuable for you niggas to be able to hear that shit again. You know what I'm saying? And then obviously the other videos too. This one was about purpose. You niggas are liking that one right now. So definitely go check that shit out. Longer one, but I'm telling you, super, like, to me, I even said it in this video. I think this is one of the most important videos I've ever made because a lot of you niggas don't know what you actually want to do with your lives. You know what I'm saying? And how am I going to be for young and ambitious men if I can't even explain to y'all how do you figure out what you do with your life? How do you figure out what your ambition is? So yeah, bro, go show love to the fucking YouTube. Follow up. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, niggas, the IG now. Instagram, straight flex. Yeah, follow the IG boys. I posted the most on here, and then I'm like, okay, bro, I gotta expand the fucking fam. So that's when I started posting everywhere else too. But go check out the IG, show love on there, be dropping skits on there. talking about how women are predators on there, which they are. Like, as I was saying earlier, these bitches are fucking crazy now. They can literally just accuse you of shit and then just walk away and have everything to gain and nothing to lose. Fucking wild. Show love to the IG. Same as the YouTube. Ali Arugudade. All right. Now, got to show off the XXXXXXXX fucking Elon app. Got 50 of you niggas in here. Appreciate y'all pulling up to the live. And now fucking follow and like the live, my niggas. Follow me on X, y'all. I'll be going hard here on X. I'm going to be going hard in the paint on X just because it's fun to like fight niggas and just talk shit on here. Just be real about real shit, you know what I'm saying? Or be a fake intellectual on this bitch. But yeah, no, go check out the X, y'all. We're going to be building this motherfucker like we are going to be building and cooking on all other platforms as well, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, follow up on the X. I didn't even share this shit. Y'all niggas, I know y'all niggas clowning me for that. He's like, this nigga's talking, I can't even see what the fuck he's talking about. But yeah, bro, follow me on the X, y'all. Follow me on the fucking X, man. Follow me on the fucking X. As I was just saying, you know what I'm saying? Gonna be going super hard on here, talking mad shit on here, being a fake intellectual on here, but just the whole 9 yards. Follow me on X, build the fam on there, try to build everywhere. So yeah. And I appreciate all y'all niggas in the X stream right now. Got 50 of you lame ass niggas in here. Niggas who should be part of the fam, who should like the video, follow me up on X. So yeah, we're gonna keep growing this motherfucker too. And now last but not least but not last, least but not last. But no, that would make it last. But not least. But least but not last. Last least last. The last of the least of the niggas. The least nigga. The lesser nigga. The less of the niggas, the better. To be real, in most societies, less niggas better. Niggas are violent and crazy. You don't want to be around niggas. So no niggas. Follow the fucking TikTok, bro. Follow the TikTok. Recently made that shit 3 weeks ago, trying to build this motherfucker up. You know what I'm saying? Got nice success tips on here, and also just like my skit type vids that I love making because it's just funny to fucking do that shit. So I do it. And I hope y'all boys appreciate that shit, of course. So yeah, follow me up on TikTok. We're trying to go fucking crazy on every single platform because why not? We're trying to make the fam a really massive army and just blow me up so I can get rich and famous and do fun, cool shit that you would love to see me do because you love me because I'm y'all leader. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on now. The realest nigga of all time. Anyway, yeah. So follow that up. Follow me up on all socials. And even if you don't do any of those things, y'all, even if you choose to not do any of those things, just like the stream. Like the stream on YouTube, like the stream on X, or like it on Rumble, like it on Love. So this gets out to more niggas. So if you don't like it, maybe another nigga fucks with that shit. And you need to be a good Samaritan. You need to be a good part of your society. Make sure real niggas can see real shit, which is seeing me talking about real shit. So yeah. But yeah, with that being said, I'm going to catch y'all niggas at 6 p.m. tomorrow Eastern time. You know what I'm saying? We're just going to keep cooking. And we're probably going to finish off the interview. Where are we at? We're at 128. So we literally have an hour left in the interview. So I think we'll probably be done by like part 8 or 9. Depends how hard I'm going to be spitting on that motherfucker. But we will see. But either way, I'm going to catch y'all niggas in the next fucking live. Peace out, fam.